Hello, xin chào, this is Vanho again, and this is the second video of our multiple videos series to share with you how do we celebrate our Vietnamese New Year, or we can call it a Lunar New Year, okay? So, are you ready?
But first, how would you like an ongoing supply of free reports, helpful resources and unique cultural insights for meeting, dating and marrying a Vietnamese woman? Too easy. Just take a quick moment to subscribe and click the bell icon, and you'll never miss out again.
In the first video, I have already shared with you the first 3 things that we do to prepare ourselves for our Lunar New Year celebration. So today I'm going to share with you the next 3, okay? But then before I get right into the topic today, I just want to give you a really quick reminder though. As I've been sharing with you that if you are looking or you already been in a serious relationship and even a marriage with a Vietnamese lady, this is something that you must know so you can help, you can encourage her or support her to participate, or you yourself can join in with her, because celebration of our New Year's is the biggest holiday, the biggest celebration in our culture, in our country. So therefore, make sure that you join in, or if not, at least support her and then her family. So if you know some of the general things that I'm sharing with you, I'm not saying that you must know every little detail, because it's also depend on what area of the country that she or her family or her ancestor come from. There will be some differences, okay? But then I'm sharing with you the general one that the Vietnamese, typical Vietnamese people do or prepare for their families and themselves to celebrate our Vietnamese New Year, okay? So you can impress your in-law or your future in-law family and your lady, so she will feel so happy. She will definitely be happy, very happy about it. Just the same like I've been sharing with you that Alex, he is Vietnamese, but he's more westernized because he was born and raised in Laos and then came to the US when he was 7 years old, and then he moved out the house, be on his own since he was 18 years old, and he been working and interact with more like American people more than a Vietnamese until he met me. Then I was so shocked and surprised that he didn't know much about our cultures and our traditions. So I kind of had to introduce him into the Vietnamese culture and tradition again. And I have been really happy that he also more willing to wear the Vietnamese traditional dress and participate and join in with some of the cultures and the traditions that I've been encourage him to do. For the same reasons, I highly recommend that you do that to your lady, to her family, so you can join in, you can be a part of her family, and you can also give a really great impression to her and to her family, so you can build a long-lasting and happy relationship. Okay, it's really important. So again, today I'm wearing my Vietnamese traditional dress, again called áo dài, and we have that for a male, as I said, that for a man as well. So Alex, last year I went back to Vietnam. I bought several of them for Alex as well. So he does wear that when we go to the temple for the New Year's, to celebrate the New Year's Day. Okay, and I just want to remind you the really important information is that for Asian people, especially for Vietnamese people, we do, when we celebrate anything for happiness, for longevity, for prosperity, then we do believe in red and in gold or yellow. So red and yellow is the two commons, the most common, especially the red colors. But today I'm wearing blue, so it's not, but I have some other colors. Okay, so today I'm going to share with you that the next 3 things that we prepare for our celebration, right? So the first thing I'm sharing with you today is like for the Vietnamese family, about a week or 10 days before the New Year's Day, I record when I was young. My mom would take me and my sister and my brother go to the market where they you will see that in Vietnam more they're gonna put a lot of different type of flowers. I will put some of the pictures for you, so that's where you kind of have the idea instead of telling you which one is that, right? Because some of them I have to be honest with you that in English terminologies, some of them I can't not pronounce, and I'm not sure how to say it. Even though I googled it for the translation, but I am not sure if it's correct though, because I know the Vietnamese terms for sure. Therefore, I will show you the pictures, so from there you can look it up and go get it for your lady. Okay, and her family. Because one thing I should mention to you that is really, really nice of you, if you can buy some, because we do send gifts almost like when you celebrate Christmas in the Western countries, that you celebrate for weeks, right? So in Vietnam we celebrate our New Year for weeks as well. That's I mentioned from my other videos already, but I'm gonna keep reminding you that. And we also give gift instead of you exchanging gift during Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So for someone like for Alex and I, we have our aunt and uncle, our older elders, close relatives, or some of my really, really close friends where they are a little older than me, so I respect them as my older brothers or older sisters. I would buy some gifts to give it to them, but you need to give it like a few days, at least a few days or weeks. You can give it a week or 10 days prior to the New Year's Day. It's okay too. And I highly recommend that you do it for her parents, for her grandparents, for the older family, or just ask your lady, who should you give a gift to. So most of the time it's gonna be flowers. You can send some flowers, some fruits, fresh fruits, or also some of the rice cake that I mentioned from my other video. So if you have not watched that, go ahead and watch that, and so you know exactly what I'm talking about. But just remember, in our Asian culture, especially in Vietnamese culture, we do believe in pair, in the even number. When you give gifts, when you give someone a gift, especially for a couple, for the wedding or for special occasion, just such as the New Year's, I highly recommend that you give it in pair, so as a good luck. Okay, so if you buy a rice cake, buy two of them. Okay, if you give like some fresh fruit like watermelon, because we put that in the on the altar for our ancestor, or if you are Buddhist, your lady's family is Buddhist like my family, then we put that on the altar, and then we want it in a pair. So do that. Just remember that if you can. Okay, and then flowers as well. We if it's in Vietnam, you will see, if you live in Vietnam right now, go to some of the southern countryside towns. They're popular, called Sa Đéc. They're really, really popular because they are farms that they plant all these flowers just for the New Year. Bring it to the big city in a pot to sell it on the side of the street. If you go, I will talk more about it. That we have a walking size on the street. There's some of the street and the flower markets that you can go, that all flowers, and you can buy from there too. Okay, so you will see from small town in the northern, in Hanoi, in southern of Saigon, they do have that. So ask the local people or Google it. Okay. And if you live outside Vietnam, again, especially like luckily I live in the town where we have a lot of Asian community. We have a big Vietnamese community, one of the second largest community, Vietnamese community in the U.S. And I recall that when I was first came to the U.S., I live in Michigan, Detroit, suburban. At the time, like 30 years ago, we didn't have anything much. So we can also buy plastic, like fake flower, to accommodate it. Okay, but if you can, buy some fresh flower in some nursery houses, and now some nursery places they do have it that. And then if it's in Asian market, I have seen it this morning when I went to get some grocery. They already start selling some flowers already, some yellow daisies already. So just ask your lady and she can probably help you to figure it out. Okay, so there's some typical flowers that we have, but the two I have to share with you, like the most popular one that we have to have in each of the house, no matter if you are rich or poor, it depends, right? But like I recall when I was young, my dad on the 30th, the New Year's Eve morning. Okay, some family, like I said, they started, especially this flower. Some other flowers you can put aside along on the door, on the gate, but then this flowers is the one that we have in the house, like the branch. You can do the tree, or you can do the branch. I recall my dad do that on the New Year's Eve day. He will took my mom and I was young, on the Honda, a motorcycle, and I went to the farm, and we picked the one that we like, and they chop it up and we put into a vase with the water. Okay, and it lasts for a couple weeks. Okay, so one that really popular in the South area, this is my fake one. We do have it now here in some nursery, some Asian nursery, in some Asian nurseries, nursery places. So I end up go to Pier 1 Import or Michael's, or some places, and I look for it, or some Asian market they have it too. This yellow one is called the golden apricot. That's what they translated on Google. Okay, so the typical one, they have like 5 leaves on the flowers. So this is for the southern side. Where I come from is Saigon, and my parents is from the southern of Saigon. So we have these flowers, and we put this in our house. And on top of that, we can have some red envelope like this, or some of we call it almost like a short poem or quote in Vietnamese, and it's in red and gold like this too, and we hang it in here. I will show you when I finish decorate maybe sometime next week, and I will definitely share it with you. And let me know, please let me know again. I just want to remind you that if you're interested in to know more in detail, specifically on certain things that I'm sharing with you in this series, then go ahead and put it out a comment. I would do my best to create one for you to share with you. Okay, so I'm just trying to go in general here, because there's so many things and details that I don't want to take too much of your time. Okay, and so that's the reason why I put it here. Okay, so and let me put that aside. And then from the north side, it's more popular in the north side, is this one. We call peach blossom, which we have it all over in the US or Japan or outside of Vietnam. We all have it. because it's grow in the colder weather. So like from the central and the northern side of Vietnam, northern area of Vietnam, so they put this, the pink, the white to the pink one right here. At the time I was grown up and living in Vietnam, we have only 2 types. But now I've been back several times. Like last year, I've been seeing like several different types of flowers. I have this type of flower too, the cherry blossom, peach blossom. But they somehow they implanted it and they make it more like they call it snow blossom, a snow cherry blossom. It's more expensive, way expensive. And then they also import something like this from what they call it Singapore. It's with the shape like this too. And they dyed it in the color like yellow, gold, and all that. So you can get the fake one, you can get the fresh one. It's your choice. Even in Vietnam or here, we have a pot of daisies and all that. And again, I just want to remind you, do it in pair. Okay, this you can do only one branch. You know, whatever fit your family, I mean your size of your house and your living room, then do it. Okay, and then we hang in some of this along, so to make it more colorful. Okay, so those are the flowers. And then other flowers like in the pot, I will definitely give you the pictures along this video and the name. I put the name on it so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's really colorful. And then like last year when I came back to Vietnam, I saw they started to do sunflowers now. When I was growing up, we didn't do that. I guess because nowadays we be able to import those or plant those up, you know. So any type they do, wherever people feel like they do the corn tree, they do the coconut bonsai trees and all that. So they really colorful, really fresh, really green, just to, you know, it's happy side and send you the good vibe. And one of the trees that I love is called Kim Quat. When we were still in Vietnam, my parents would buy two of them, a pair of them, you know, like on the side, almost like Christmas tree here, like, but then we bought the Kim Quat instead and put it like right by the door on the side, or, you know, on the side of our living room. So that's another thing that I love to have, and I recall that we have it every year as well. Okay, and so that's one thing. And then the second thing is that we also do display some big plate of fresh fruit. And again, you know, we just do our best to accommodate, or, you know, we try to simplify it. If you don't live in Vietnam, or you don't live in the area, or you cannot afford it, but we still want to keep the tradition and the cultures, then you can go buy plastic ones. That's okay. And I believe now on Amazon you can purchase that too. We have we're gonna require like 5 different types of fruit, and each of those fruits name is similar to a sentence where we call cầu xin vừa đủ xài, which means 5, right? 5 words. But what does it mean? It means that praying to have enough. So when we put that, display that on, you know, one of our big living room table, or maybe on the altar, we put that as praying for the next coming year, that we have enough or more than enough to enough of luck, enough of health, enough of money coming into our life or in our family. That indicates that. Another thing that we do closer to toward near the second week, after the second or third week of the last month of the lunar calendar, which is we don't do it here in the US or outside Vietnam, because but in Vietnam we years ago and nowadays they still doing that. Like, we're gonna visit our ancestors or our grandparents who passed away, or our relatives, close relatives who passed away. We're gonna come to their tombs and clean up, put some more fresh flour, some fresh fruit, and and light up some scents on, and pray and pay the respect. So basically for a few hours or so. And here, for those of in a lot of cases, like for my families, we tend to have the ashes of the passed away ancestors, and we put it in the temples. So we usually would go there and then clean it up, the area, and then of course again put some flowers, fresh flowers, some fresh fruit, and bring them some maybe some cookies or some candies or so, and some scents there, and light it up, and then until it's done, then for about an hour, half an hour, and then we'll be done, and we clean it up and go home. Okay, so that's another thing, because we want to make sure that we say goodbye to the old year and welcoming the new year, paying the respect and remember our ancestors, our family members who we want them to be there with us, to celebrate with us, and we want to have their blessing as well. Okay, so that's another thing that we do. Okay, so that's it for today. I already shared with you another 3 things that we do to prepare to celebrate for our Vietnamese New Year. And again, make sure that you take notes for those of you who are or who intending to have a long-term serious relationship or a marriage with a Vietnamese lady. Then make sure you take notes and remember and follow what I'm sharing with you, and just to make sure that you get things correctly according to each individual or each family. Like I shared with you earlier, that this will be slightly something different, not much though. This is the basic concepts and cultures and traditions, but then of course there's a twist and turn in each of the family. Then make sure that you ask your lady to help you. I definitely believe that she would be more than happy to share with you once you open up and you asking her about the culture, about the tradition, especially to how to celebrate our New Year's. And then she will share with you. Okay, so thanks for your time. And again, if is there anything related to our New Year celebration, then make sure that you put it down in the comment section for us, so we would do our best to share and to make another video specifically for that topic, go into really detail instead of just going in general like I've been sharing with you. Okay, so don't hesitate to do that. Okay. And then if you have any experience or your personal experiences that you know about our Vietnamese Lunar New Year celebration, then go ahead and share with our viewers as well. Okay, you're more than welcome to, and we really appreciate that. And once again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming exciting videos that we gonna share with you on this channel, right? And again, this is Phan Ho, and thanks for watching, thanks for your time, thanks for your feedback, and I definitely see you on our next video. Xin chào, tạm biệt, hẹn gặp lại nhé. Bye bye.